Welcome in, Culture Warz here on Morning Kickaround. There was a little hubbub online this week as college rosters came out, and Missouri State breaking a record that some in the college world will not be happy about. 28 internationals on the Missouri State men's soccer team. And it says here, becoming the first ever D1 school to have 0 American players on the roster. We had to fact check that. Is that actually true? Is there 0 Americans on this D1 soccer team?
Well, I'm looking at the roster right now as published to the website of Missouri State, the Missouri State Bears. This is the 2026 men's soccer roster led by Michael Seabolt, head coach. I'm going to guess Michael is, well, I shouldn't guess. Let's see. Where was I want to get the coach's background before we kind of dive into the team, because I wonder if that informs anything. He went to Trinity University. He is American. Michael Seabolt's an American dude. All right. But this roster, now you look down the list: Leicester, England, West Kilbride. You're more Scottish than me, Robert. Is it Kilbride?
Kerr is a Scottish name, and Kilbride is pretty on top. And my dad chimed in on our Welsh pronunciations, and he said that Jenny was pretty close the other day.
Okay. That's Leicester, West Kilbride, High Wycombe, Madrid, Hull, Liverpool, Valencia, Kaizuka Shi, Valladolid, Bodo, Norway, Constancia, Portugal, Japan, England, Portugal, Spain, England, Italy, England, Ireland, Netherlands, Canada. Interesting. Italy, England, Canada, England, and one player listed as being from Bridgeport, Connecticut, Chris Hull. I went back and checked him out a little bit, and it turns out he was born in Jamaica, but obviously ended up in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So you decide. Now, he's probably American, like he's probably a citizen. I don't know. I didn't check up on that. But in terms of like where they were born, it does look like Missouri State has a roster entirely made up of foreign-born players. Now, the question, Rob, the thing that is swirling around our heads right now is this a problem? Is it a bad thing?
Is this a problem? Is this a bad thing? I'm sure there's some people upset about it because, it's a state college, and it should, colleges for Americans. And there's a whole xenophobic area of this, but it goes down to the core of it. What is soccer college actually for? Is it for getting results? Or is it for developing players for the future? And if you go on this, it seems that, I know it. I've seen it in my work in summer soccer, is there's more and more internationals because the player pool at the summer amateur level is, 80, 90% in college players. And those are becoming ever increasingly foreign. And so college coaches, it seems, are prioritizing winning, and they think that they can win with international players.
Yeah, look, Marshall won a national championship with almost entirely a team made up of internationals. I think there were a couple of Americans in there. We just talked about Vermont, how great a story that is. Lots of international. Now, they had some Americans. I think Vermont actually had a healthy dose of Americans, but it was interesting. Now, or who just won this past one? We just had one crowned in December. Who won the national championship in December? Was it?
It's Vermont.
Vermont won the one in December? Was that right? Was that last year? Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm catching up. Yes, sorry, you're right. Okay. Here's my thing. And I'm going to bring in Riverside Grove. I'm not usually this guy, but this bothers me. I'm not exactly sure why, but I don't like it. I think that is a reasonable, complicated feeling about something like this, Rob. And here's my thought. So, does Missouri State have any obligation to field American players? Washington. Thank you, Paul. I knew I wasn't going crazy.
Washington, it was the year before. It was the year before it was Vermont.
That's right, Rob. See, time. It's a thing. I understand Riverside Grove here because Missouri State has no obligation to develop players. Missouri State doesn't gain anything if one of their players goes on to play for an MLS team, a USL championship team, make the national team. No, there's no benefit to except for like, oh, look, we did that. We had a hand in his development. Look at us. We'll put his face on some stuff. That's about all you're going to get out of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's not nothing, but it's not necessarily an incentive to bring in American players if you think you can be better on the field by offering the opportunity to come to the U.S. and go to college and play soccer to an international player. So the incentives here are part of the issue, right? Now, I saw a comment earlier. I don't think that person was an ultra, so I'm going to I'm going to hold off on putting the comment on screen. Become an ultra. Get your comments on screen. But the idea that college soccer is some sort of solution to developmental issues in American soccer, or that the structure of college soccer can provide the pathway to develop more players, because right now we're hit and miss. We got a net that's got a bunch of holes in it. Players don't have clear pathways and everything because not everybody's got a pro team that's invested in their academy, things like that. U.S. Soccer wants to change this, or they've at least proposed ideas around finding ways to better incentivize colleges or create structures that allow for development to be part of the story here. Now, again, I think you have to find a way to make it so that the colleges feel they are benefiting directly from lifting up American players rather than just going international. But I can't say Missouri is doing anything wrong. Missouri State, rather, is doing anything wrong here.
No, you can't, because it's all about the incentives and the benefits. Like the coach doesn't get a bonus because he got an MLS player, I'm sure. I mean, I guess it depends on his contract, but that's not typical, I'm sure.
Here's the one I wanted to put up. PSU to DCU. Every foreign-born does, however, remove a college scholarship for a U.S. player. Why does the U.S. player have more right to that college scholarship than an international player?
Good question.
Now, again, this is a state school, and I suppose you could come back around to the idea that you mentioned, which is a state school supposed to serve the people of Missouri. And if you're giving scholarships to foreign-born soccer players, are you not doing enough to serve the people of Missouri? That's a different kind of thing, right? I don't know. I mean, again, this is what we're talking about. Public schools are partially funded publicly by state taxes and giving scholarships to international players. I think that's part of the issue. Yeah, I understand that. I do understand that part of it. But if we're talking about just the soccer part, right? They're under no obligation on the soccer side to be a home for American players to play college soccer.
And this story is specifically about D1, and I think at lower levels that this has already happened. Like NAIA schools, they pack them with international players. And I've talked to colleges here, college coaches locally who, they want to win. They want to keep their coaching job, so they want to win games. And they feel that the players with international experience are the best way to do that. And that's amongst the reasons why it's so difficult for the American domestic player to get anywhere, because, the club system is pushing them into college, and then there's less and less chairs in the college. And if you go to college, that's not necessarily any sort of guarantee towards a professional career. So the path to pro for the American soccer player, not super clear. And you touched on it earlier, still waiting on response to the white paper, and that group that put all those proposals to revolutionize college soccer is still pending, and we should hear something about that here during the month of February. With time and issue, we want to recognize we got a new member in the group. Welcome aboard. So thankful to have you. Thank you to all of our ultras.
Rob, I'm going to do it to you again. Can you tell us the name of this new ultra?
Ari. That's my guy, Ari. Chivas.
All right. That's, Arriba las Chivas.
There you go. That sounds so good coming off your rolling tongue there.
Yeah, I like that one. All right. I also got Jay Hunt gifting a membership. Hey. Shout out to Jay Hunt, our Lexington guy. But so Ari is the one who said earlier, Arriba las Chivas, is the one that said earlier that this kind of blows up the bubble idea of this being a solution. Again, you're going to have to reform college soccer for it to truly be a development solution.